Get ready for the second stop of the South Florida Soul Rodeo with bull riding, bear racing, ring bronze, and so much more. And when we say we're a vibe, we mean just that. And we're bringing Bull Greasy.
Baby, let me be 8 days a week. Your candy little girl.
Bull Greasy Live, along with Lathan Grady. It's a full day of food, music, line dancing, and fun for the whole family. Gates open 4:30 to 10 p.m. Saturday, September 27th at St. Lucie Fairgrounds in Fort Pierce. Tickets on sale now on Eventbrite.com or Easy OZ Bail Bonds in Pompano. Or to register to participate in this open rodeo, just call 954-857-8802. All brought to you by 2 Extreme Marketing and Promotions. Be there!
Yo, family, what's up? What's going on? It is Conversations with them two. I'm yours truly, MJ. She is
Lady Des.
And listen, family, on tonight, we have, one of South Florida's, let me put it this way. He is a rapper. He's a producer. He's an entrepreneur. And he's been bringing some of the biggest and best shows to South Florida. Not to mention, he was the very first gospel rapper signed to Flow Rider Records. So if you don't know who I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen, he is definitely a friend of mine. He goes by the name of T-DOGG, the deliverer of God's gospel. Some of you may know him as Travis, but that's my man T. What's up?
What's going on, my brother?
Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
It's a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Yeah,
Lady Des.
Listen, T-DOGG, it's so good to have you. After I found out what you were doing, what you was hosting, the whole Soul Rodeo, I called up MJ. I was like, let's see if we can get him on. Oh my God, I love it. I love what you're doing. You may not know me, but I've known you for a while from afar and just doing different events in the community. So thank you so much. And I encourage everybody out there, y'all get y'all boots, y'all hats, and everything ready, okay? Because the Soul Rodeo is coming back to South Florida.
Yes. I'm excited, super excited. MJ, it's always a pleasure. You know, anytime you call me, I'm going to answer.
I definitely appreciate that. And you the same.
I'm going to answer. I'm super excited with everything that's going on with the South Florida Soul Rodeo. I've been trying to put this together for the last 3.5 years.
Wow.
A lot of going to court, a lot of racial slurs, a lot of money spent. Nobody even have a slight idea what it took to get to this point. And it was rough.
I can say, just from watching you from, the Pompano Fall Fest and events like that, I know the hours and the amount of time that you put into putting events like this on for the community. Ever since I've met you, it's always been about your heart and the community, even if it's Christmas time and you're giving out toys for the kids for Christmas time, making contact with the sheriff's office and just going around making sure that communities are safe. You have always been on the forefront. Now, one thing I don't know about you, how did you fall in love with horses?
You know what, MJ, I'm gonna tell you this. A lot of people who don't know me, like, this has always been me all my life. My uncle, my family, we've always had horses all my life. I bought my first horse in the 6th grade, rode him to middle school, and put him in the bicycle rack. This true story. So if anybody from Deerfield area, they'll tell you that. I bought a horse and rode it to middle school in 6th grade and put him in the bicycle rack. They was
wait. So y'all from Deerfield, born and raised?
Born and raised.
Wait, different have farms?
Well, Deerfield and Pompano used to have a huge farm where my uncle had his horses at in Pompano off of Banks Road. and it's probably 15 ranches there.
Really?
In Deerfield, we had probably about 12 of them here. So this ain't nothing new. Like everybody coming up doing the trail rides and everything that you're seeing, we was doing the trail rides in 86 and 87.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so we was doing it. My grandfather was in outside of Albany, Georgia. So we would go up there, we would do the trail rides, and you know, so here, as time went on, it wasn't as popular anymore. So a lot of people got out of it. But I've had horses all my life.
You know, I kind of had an idea that the Soul Rodeo was coming because the last invite to the ranch that I got was because it was a T-Dogg barbecue rodeo style at the ranch. So I knew something big was brewing because I know your love for horses. How did you, or why did you feel it was time to put together the Soul Rodeo?
Right.
You know, I tried it 3 years ago, and I was at it real hard, and I was going to bring it to Davie. When I tried to bring it to Davie, I thought I had everything in line, and there's a real powerful family in Davie. I don't want to say who they are, but they told the city council, if you let him bring that here, we'll remove all the seats and we'll take the roof off the building. So that was 3 years ago, and I kept trying, and it wasn't working. But now here it is, 2025. The rodeo scene is, and the cowboy scene is so good, and that's just a pinch of God showing me I was trying to do it out of season.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
And what I thought was, oh, they this, they that, they this, they that. It wasn't time.
Wasn't time.
It wasn't time.
You know what? I think you're absolutely right, because people wouldn't know how to receive it.
No.
So now it's trending. What do you think caused such a big trend of the trail rides, the rodeos, and far as I know we have always had black cowboys, and because my family was raised in the country, my dad, and that was the only time we really saw horses and the cows and the cowboys. They would come out or they would ride horses just down the street. So what do you think caused this big trend?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, the high inflation rates of all the secular artist prices getting out of hand. People are having trail rides, and it's almost like a big family reunion. People are coming together. It's like a backyard barbecue. You get to see cousin Johnny, Auntie Maybelline, everybody coming out and just barbecuing, partying, and it's not about the big artists.
Wow.
It's about people having a good time, embracing each other, loving on each other, and I think COVID helped do that. That's
because
when
you're right. You're absolutely right, because that's when I noticed the trend, because like I said, my family is from South Carolina, and they back up in the woods, and they always did trail rides. They were always, back there hay riding and stuff like that. And when we went on vacation, that's what my uncles did for us. They took us back and on the trail. So I was like, where did all of this come from and spin out of? And you're absolutely right, T. It came from COVID, I believe.
It birthed itself out of COVID. People coming to find out, well, I don't have to spend $150,000 on this artist, $200,000 on this artist. Now I have to jack the tickets up so high, and there's no fun in it. But doing this here, it's giving people a chance to get back to our roots. It's giving people, our kids who never really got a chance to touch and see a horse other than the police.
Right.
Them exposure and so many avenues that I think is well needed. And a couple years ago, I used to do the Battle of the Bands. You remember that, MJ?
Yes. Yeah.
And when I was doing the Battle of the Bands, Kaiser University, they would give me like 3 scholarships for band members, but they would have 24 ride scholarships for equestrian and equine. None of our kids are in it. None of our kids have been exposed to it.
Right.
There's so much funding and so many scholarships, and we don't know about it. because all the schools are tucking away agriculture and all the things that we needed to know. But it's still going on in Cooper City. It's still going on in places where they're getting these scholarships and our kids aren't being enlightened about these kind of things. So not only is the South Florida Soul Rodeo entertainment, I want to be able to get these kids and show them that there's another avenue that we can steer to. So there's some things I'm working on behind the scenes right now where we can get our kids to get those scholarships.
Bro, you are always working. So speaking of the Soul Rodeo, let us know when it is and tell us about some of the artists that are going to be hitting the stage for Soul Rodeo.
South Florida Soul Rodeo, the reason I love it because it says South Florida Soul Rodeo, we vibe different. All the rodeos I ever went to, I go to sleep on. I go to sleep. And so I said, you know what, we're going to put a twist to this thing. Maybe if you're not a horse person, you're an R&B person. If you're not an R&B person, you're a rap person. And I just put it all in a big old pot like gumbo and make it work for everybody. Okay. So with this one here, the one I just had Mother's Day weekend, we did Mike Clark Jr. We had Donnell Davis, which is a Southern Soul artist. For the one that's coming in September, we're bringing Ball Greasy. And, you know, when me and him got on the phone, he said, "Bro, I'm gonna get to see real horses." he said, "Man, I'm so terrified." But I said, "No, I got you." And know what, MJ? Also, like 2 years ago, we filmed Love and Hip Hop at my ranch.
I remember that. I remember you had Trick came by, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. So we filmed it out there, 2 day worth of filming. I taught them how to ride in 3 days, and we had a great time. So, and also with the Soul Rodeo, the one that just left, we're giving a scholarship to the middle school over in Belglades. With the one that's coming in September, we're going to give one in Fort Pierce. We haven't decided the school, the elementary or middle school yet. But, you know, my biggest thing is, you know, years ago when I was doing, even with the rapping I was doing, I moved away from the toy drives and the bicycles and all that stuff. And I gear all my money toward education. I want to give them something that's going to stick with them, because a bicycle will rust in 2 months.
Right.
So that's my biggest thing. So if it's about literacy, reading, education, that's me.
Most definitely. And I just want to, you know, if nobody else has told you, just tell you how proud I am to watch where you've come from to where you are now, you know, going from being the rapper, the businessman, the producer, to doing the community giveaways with the bikes and the backpacks for the kids, to putting on or bringing back the Pompano Fall Festival, to graduating that to where we are now with the Soul Rodeo. And God only knows what's next, because you are always working.
Yeah, I got something else in the pipeline.
I can only imagine.
Listen, man, I would be honored if I can have y'all to the South Florida Soul Rodeo Fort Pierce and do some live interviews, man. On us.
Okay.
On us.
Sounds like a plan. I love it. I love it. So,
well,
T-Dog. No, go ahead.
I don't have a problem hitting the red carpet for you. You know, Pompano Fall Fest. I feel at home. So
no, but you know we're gonna
problem,
MJ. But we're gonna do this one here. Hot fashion.
I got you.
Yes.
Listen, I gotta get my little gear together. I can't wait. I was trying to put on my hat, but it won't work. It won't work. But you know, T-Dog, I'm just hearing about all of the things that you're doing, and I've known you to do the toy drives and the bike giveaways, and now you're giving all your attention to education. Can you tell everybody about your organization? You have T-Dog Big Dreams Charity. So tell them what that is all about.
T-Dog Big Dreams Charity, I started it about 6 years ago. Well, probably a little longer, about 10 years ago. And, and again, I was doing the bicycle things and a lot of different giveaways, socks, underwears for school. And I'm like, you know, a lot of people was doing it. And so overnight, God just gave me this vision, say, give them something that they can't lose. So when I started getting into the education part of it, you know, reading is my biggest pet peeve of giving back, Because the first way people are losing their homes, they're getting in debt with everything, they'll send a letter to your house. We don't want to read that.
Right.
We don't want to read it. So I try to encourage people to stay on reading. And financial literacy, I want to teach kids about money, to respect money. I think that's the biggest pep peeve. Anybody can make money, but it takes somebody special to save it.
Absolutely.
So just knowing what to do with money. You know, I have a lot of gospel people who were out there before me, and but because of me, me knowing what to do with money, I just channel things different and try to keep things going where I can help other people. So that's what it's all about.
You've definitely been that when it comes to helping other people. You've put people on and have always been somebody who lifted other people up. Even like with the Pompano Fall Fest, you take a moment from there and you take local artists, whether they are secular, whether they're gospel, and you give them a platform to be seen by, listen, if I'm not mistaken, it was like maybe 30,000 people the last Pompano Fall Fest. And these people have never been exposed to these types of crowds, but you have given them the opportunity. 3 minutes in front of 30,000 people is huge.
When I was coming up as an artist, I used to always dream of being on a stage. But what they would always do at a lot of festivals, and you notice they have a local stage in the main stage.
Yes.
So with the Pompano Fall Festival, I said, what we're going to do, if people are really serious about their craft and really want to get into this music, I'm going to put them on the same stage that the big artists going to get on. And I bring like 15 locals and put them up there.
Yeah.
And, no other festival do that. They don't do it. And so I want to be able to give them a platform to just try to take their music to a whole nother level, man. And I dreamed of doing that when I was younger. So that's what the Pompano Fall Fest was all about, just opening doors and opportunities.
Awesome. So let's jump back over to the Soul Rodeo. Why Fort Pierce?
Why not? You know what? They have a great facility over there. And even doing it, a lot of people's like, Fort Pierce is not that many people, like Orlando or Tampa or Jacksonville, Miami. And I'm just a firm believer that if you give the people what they want, they'll get to it.
I believe it. And I think it's a great centralized place, whether you come in south or traveling north, it's a great meeting ground, Fort Pierce. Because listen, when we travel, that's where we pretty much stop to kind of take our rest. So, hey, the Waffle House, that whole little area over there. Hey.
Listen, when I tell you what we finna bring to Fort Pierce, baby, they can't imagine what's going to happen. It starts that Friday with it's a field party.
Okay.
So we're going to do a kickoff field party. Those tickets are available online at Eventbrite. So they're $30, but I'm going to have like 15 grills out there, and it's going to be free food, free drinks, line dancing, performers. Just come.
Wow.
And that's going to give a lot of people a chance to meet the cowboys, the cowgirls that are coming from afar. And you can get to talk to them, bring your kids out and get to talk to them about, hey, how long you been riding horses? What's going on? We don't get to do that stuff.
I have a question though, because I was looking at the flyer and I got just a little bit nervous because it said open rodeo. So what does that mean? Does that mean somebody like me can get on a horse and just go running around and try to catch? What does that mean?
You know what? When I first put that on, my wife asked me the same thing. Hey, what you got an open rodeo? What that mean? Well, what happens is it's for the rodeo folks. What open rodeo means is my rodeo is a little different from the Bill Pickett and the other rodeos.
Okay.
My rodeo is a sanctioned rodeo where you can win points to go to the world championship.
Okay.
I'm the only black organization that has that out of all the black rodeos. So being when I say open rodeo means that you don't have to be in an association to join to get in this rodeo.
Gotcha.
You can come to my rodeo, sign up, and if you have the credentials to do bull riding, bronc, barrels, come on. You come right on.
Well, you didn't want to hear my definition of it.
Well, I kind of figured because my wife said, "What mean open? Everybody could just come."
That's what I thought. I'm like, so this means it's just open to the public. We have a chance to ride, or I didn't know. I was like, MJ, what is open rodeo?
Yeah, but if you listen to, I think it probably just said on the flight, but the commercial says for competitors.
Oh, okay.
But a lot of, like I said, the rodeo heads, they know, like, okay, I could just come. If I have the credentials, have been riding for a while, I can get in this rodeo. I have a shot at winning me some money. And some of the cowboys and cowgirls, the pots that I put up for them, the hospitality that I show them, a lot of them start crying.
Wow.
They was like, people just use us just to ride, but you treat us like family. I was spoiling them because that's the only way I know how to do it. If you ain't gonna do it big, don't do it at all.
That's one thing that I know about you.
Yeah,
that's one thing that I can testify. If you're not going to do it big, you're not doing it at all. And that takes me back to when I think it was around COVID time, and you were shopping with the kids, literally in Walmart, just throwing $100. What you want, you got. So yeah, anything you do, you definitely do big, bro. And always big ups to you for that. There's another event that you have coming up before the Soul Rodeo. What's that about?
The R&B Picnic Fest.
Okay. So
that's going to be like karaoke, DJs in the park, ladies in their sundresses, their big hats. We're just having some great time, listening to some good music. And I'm just like one big picnic in the park. But that goes down June 28th, next Saturday at the Myers Amphitheater, downtown West Palm Beach.
Okay. So you sir are now becoming definitely all of South Florida. The Pompano Fall Fest, which is in Pompano. Now you're moving from there up to West Palm, and then from West Palm to Fort Pierce with all of the great productions that you're putting on. What's next, T?
Well, I think I got my calendar full of shows to October next year. Then I just did a deal with AEG to handle the Maxwell tour.
Okay.
So I'm doing the marketing for the Maxwell tour. That starts in August. I don't know. I got a lot going on.
Okay, so what's the difference, or how do you feel the difference is between what you're doing now and when you were actually on stage?
I think, you know what? There's no difference. You know why? Because even with the Cowboys, we praying. I'm still talking to people about God, still uplifting them, still giving them courage. I do that every day. And now I think I like it a little better because now that I'm not on camera so much doing it as I was when I was, rapping, it feels more sincere to me. Mm-hmm. It feels really good to me. And the only question I get a lot of is when the next album coming. So, but the music is key.
Yes.
Wow. So let me ask you, even with you're talking about the cowboys, the cowgirls, what do you find them? How do you choose who's going to be a part of the rodeo, or do you use the same people?
Now I'm gonna say this to you, and you may think I'm just playing. Nothing I've ever done, and I mean this wholeheartedly. Nothing I've ever done, I had no plan for. I had no, even when it came to the music events. It's like God had given me a vision. I just started moving my feet, and everything just started coming together. I promise you, nothing I've ever done was because I had a bulk of money. This gonna happen. We're gonna do it this way. This how it's gonna happen. No, because when I did the rodeo, I didn't know not one cowboy, not one cowgirl. I didn't know the facility where it was gonna happen. I just know God told me to move, and so once I started moving my feet, it just started coming together. That's with everything I've done.
Wow. I believe you. I believe it.
And when I did the music, I recorded a song, gave it to a friend, and he ended up giving it to 99 Jams. They ended up calling me looking for me, and I didn't know nothing about it. And then MJ and it was MJ and Maestro who really kicked my career off. And I didn't know MJ. I ain't know Maestro. I didn't know anybody. God just put the pieces to the puzzle together, and it just works. And I guess when you're wholeheartedly, you know where your help come from, and you're sincere with it. And that's a lot of people. That's the part they won't get.
Right.
Trusting God.
Most definitely. And I know for a fact that you and the family definitely do that, from you to the wife, to producing baby football players. And, listen, you have truly, you're getting back all that you put out, all of the love and dedication and hard work that you've ever poured out on stage is coming back to you. And it's not coming back to you because you deserve it. It's because that's what God required of you, and it's just your turn. And all of the things that you're doing is a testament to who you are. As an artist, it's not many people that you can pick up the phone and say, "Hey, I need to do X, Y, and Z," or "Can you come do X, Y, and Z for me?" And we've always had that kind of relationship. If you need me to host something, call me. I'm there. If I need you, to sit on a panel and just mold children, you're a phone call away. And it's relationships like that that people in the industry don't understand.
Man, I tell you, I'm gonna tell you another thing, man, MJ, and this is true. My wife supports everything I do.
That's awesome.
If the lights get turned off, we can fire up a candle. She won't say a word. Where the money? What done happened? We just gonna ride it together. When I met her, she wouldn't even come around a horse. Now she got sheep and everything. Yeah. But awesome. Having a good team, it starts with my wife. My kids, they solid. And then the people around me. Now I had to go through a lot now to get the right people around me.
Yeah.
So I tell people, don't be afraid. I don't care what it is you're doing. Some people are going to fall to the wayside, and that's just God removing them out the way because that time is up with that person. And you can't be afraid to say, "Okay, God, what's next?" You ask him for it, you're going to put another person in that place to take you to the next level. So I got a solid team around me, so it ain't just me.
Mm-hmm.
I got a real solid team. I can get on the phone and call any one of them. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. They, from the women to the guys, they're gonna load the trucks. It's just I got a solid team, man.
That's what's up,
awesome.
man. That's what's up.
Yes. No, I was just going to ask. We may, I know you give artists platforms and give them a chance. How could they connect with you? This may be their first time hearing of you, T-DOGG, and everything that you do, and they may want to play a part of one of your shows or be in the rodeo. How could they connect with you?
Wow, I get it a lot on a lot of my social media platforms. So if they're not hitting me in my inbox, somebody, mama or grandmama who see me in church 12 years ago still got my information on Facebook or whatever. They'll hit me and tell me about their grandbaby or tell me about their nephew. I get that a lot. And I'm real strong on corrective criticism. And I tell a lot of artists, if the music is good, hey, if it ain't, this is what you need to do.
That's good.
So, and there are different qualifications that I ask for young artists coming up, you know, as far as in your production, where you recorded at, what studio you use, you know, that all plays a part in showing me how serious you are about your craft. I don't have to say now, once I hear the music, it tells me a lot about you.
Wow.
That's what happens when you're multi-talented like that, award-winning, you know, the artist, the producer himself. And you know, you have a good team, you've been around a good team, and you know, you're always inspiring the young people. So, you know, before we get ready to wrap up, I just want you to personally invite all of our viewers to come hang out with you, whether it be at, you know, the R&B Jam, or whether it be at the Soul Rodeo, or any endeavor that you got. The opportunity is yours right now.
Well, you know, I want the R&B Fest is really nice, but I really want everybody to pack up and come to Fort Pierce and experience it if you haven't. To experience, man. Listen, MJ, when we open that thing up, we put on a strong prayer game out there. We don't even play.
I believe it.
I take two pastors I take with me everywhere I go. And when I say we're going to put it down, now, if you don't want to hear the word of God, the South Florida Soul Rodeo ain't for you. But we're going to do that. I'm firm on that. But I encourage everybody, if you haven't experienced, to come, bring them kids, come out, meet the cowboys, cowgirls, eat you some chicken, let the ketchup fall on your shirt, wipe your mouth with your hand. Just come out there and meet some good old folks. We're going to be in Fort Pierce September 26th and 27th.
That's what's happening. Well, family, listen, you heard it right here first. You are invited to the Soul Rodeo, brought to you by T-DOGG's Big Dream Charity. It's all going down. Make sure you go to Eventbrite to get your tickets. Listen, we just want you to be in the house to experience an all-black rodeo, an all-black family reunion, because that's really all it is. It's just family getting together, fellowshipping. You know, like he said, you might even get a good word in, but just know that it's going to be some good family fun, and the whole family can enjoy it. So, Des, we do this each and every Monday night at 8:30.
Yes, but before you close out, listen, T-Dog, I got a message for you.
Okay.
CJ Harris Radio. CJ Radio told me to tell you.
Listen.
Hello. He said, "What's up, bro?" He told me to make sure that I send that message to you.
Listen. CJ. That's like my uncle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just like with MJ, I give him the shirt off my back. If he called, I'm coming.
Mm-hmm.
He called, I'm coming. That's another one. When I tell you, I love him to death. That's my dude. He here.
Yeah.
Him and MJ, I got him here. And matter of fact, MJ.
Yes, sir.
Y'all do this every Monday, right?
Every Monday.
So you need to get with me this week.
Okay.
And we're going to bless some people with some ticket giveaways to the rodeo. So you'll have them for Monday.
All right, you got it. You got it. We will definitely do that.
So let's get together for the weekend.
Okay.
And we're going to do that. We're going to bless some people. On your show, I'm going to give you the tickets and y'all bless who y'all see fit. And we're going to do that.
Most definitely. See, and this is why, Des, this is why I love this man, because it's always about, he's always giving. And he does it with it's no ism, schism, or that's just his heart, you know. And when you find an artist like that has no problem sharing his heart, you don't have any problem saying, you know what, your new single, all right, it's on. You don't have a problem doing stuff for people that don't mind blessing other people.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we just thank you, T-Dog. We definitely thank you for everything that you have done in the past years and now, and even in the coming years. We appreciate your yes to God, first of all, because it takes an obedient servant to do what you're doing, and you have always sowed seeds. So once you put those seeds in the ground, they got to grow. They got to go somewhere. And because you watered them with your obedience and your faith in God, you're reaping the harvest of that. So I commend you on everything that you're doing. I pray blessings over your events and your shows, that people will be edified, and God will be glorified out of everything that you're doing, because there's always ways that we can reach people. We all have our different gifts, and you're definitely moving in your gift. So congratulations to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, family, there you have it. It's the one and only T-DOGG. He is the deliverer of God's gospel, rapper, producer, entrepreneur. Listen, we do this each and every Monday night at 8:30 p.m. It's conversations with them too. But before we go to Eventbrite, get your tickets for the Soul Rodeo, or you can just watch us here, because we will definitely bless some people to make sure you're in the house in Fort Pierce. So once again, every Monday, 8:30 p.m. T-DOGG, my brother, much love. I thank you, man. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for just being you.
Thank you, my brother. And thank you so much. It's such a pleasure. Nothing but blessings for both of you. Nothing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yep.
All right. That's
well,
it.
Family.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. It's on you.
That's it, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to Conversations with Them Two. Our featured guest tonight is no other than South Florida's rapper, producer, entrepreneur. He is the CEO and president of T-DOGG's Big Dreams charity. Listen, y'all, we need to see y'all at this rodeo. Y'all hear me?
I want everybody there. Everybody there.
Yep. Y'all, we need to get y'all there. All right.
Yep. Yeah. It's for us, by us. Let's do this.
That's what's
there
up.
You have it.
So thank you, everybody. Good night. Love you.
Fort Pierce and surroundings. Get ready for the second stop of the South Florida Soul Rodeo with bull riding, bear racing, rig bronze, and so much more. And when we say we're a vibe, we mean just that. And we're bringing Bull Greasy.
Baby, let me be 8 days a week. Your candy little girl.
Bull Greasy Live, along with Lathan Grady. It's a full day of food, music, line dancing, and fun for the whole family. Gates open 4:30 to 10 p.m. Saturday, September 27th at St. Lucie Fairgrounds in Fort Pierce. Tickets on sale now on Eventbrite.com or Easy OZ Bail Bonds in Pompano. Or to register to participate in this open rodeo, just call 954-857-8802. All brought to you by Two Extreme Marketing and Promotions. Be there!